President Trump wrapping up meetings on Capitol Hill at this hour as he tries to keep moderate Republicans from defecting over the border wall in this battle to keep the government, which has, by the way, been shut for 19 days. Joining me now, freshman Republican Congressman Chip Roy of Texas. Congressman, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks, Charles. Good to be on your show again. I hope you're doing well.
Hey, I want to read something to you. Any informed Texan will tell you the effects of cartels, gangs, terrorists, human traffickers, and all manners of criminals are reaching even further into our state and communities. Human beings are used as currency for evil criminal organizations to gain power and wealth. You wrote that. It sounds like something President Trump will say. When President Trump says something like this, or like he did last night, and the media completely dismisses it as him being delusional. I mean, what's your thought?
Well, I can tell you the president is right to focus his attention on our border. This lawlessness that has existed at our border for too long needs to stop. And the president's right. I can tell you that in San Antonio just last summer, Jared Vargas, an American citizen, lost his life at the hands of an illegal alien who had come here, had been caught by law enforcement, was released, caught, released again. And unfortunately, his family no longer has him here and is wrong. And too many American citizens are suffering as a result of drug trafficking, the actions of illegal aliens. And importantly, there are illegal immigrants that are coming to our country. And there are people who are trying to come here, and little girls that are going to be sold into the sex trade today because our country refuses to do its job as a sovereign nation to enforce its border. And that's what we're talking about. Right. Sanity, common sense. It's what the American people want.
How President Trump has hinted today, and maybe it's not the first time, of maybe even a bigger deal, a grand bargain, a grander bargain. He put out an olive branch in the first year on DACA. Could this actually, in some sort of strange sense, be the perfect opportunity to take care of all the issues surrounding immigration, the loopholes in immigration, the border security, and even the DACA situation?
Well, I've got a little experience in this. You know, I was a lawyer for John Cornyn for 5 years. I was Senator Cruz's chief of staff, and I was the first assistant attorney general litigating DAPA in the Fifth Circuit, which was the unconstitutional amnesty by President Obama. And I'll just tell you that I think that the president should stay focused like a laser on border security. It is step one to prove to the American people that we're serious about getting our handle on our lack of security at the border and having an immigration system that will actually work to provide the labor that's necessary and provide the certainty necessary for people to be able to come here safely and have a safe journey, and for the American people to believe that their nation is safe from fentanyl and the 90-odd% of drugs that are coming across our southern border.
So then how this continues, from what I understand, President Trump will also be calling congressional leaders again at 3 o'clock. You know, it's obvious that he's pressing. He wants some sort of a deal. At what point will this become so politically potentially damaging? I mean, what day of the government shutdown will it be? Will it be day 30? Will it be day 45? At what point do we get, if there's no sort of resolution, and neither side will make any concessions, that it starts to hurt the presidency?
I think the president, and I know that Republican leadership stands ready to fund the necessary and constitutional duties that our government needs to carry out, like the Border Patrol down at the border, and then we ought to do that. We shouldn't have people who are unpaid providing the necessary services for our government. But at the end of the day, we're going to win this argument by taking it to the American people so that they can understand the seriousness of what's happening at the border, and that the American people no longer should be wondering about whether they're going to be safe and secure in their communities.
Congressman
That's
Roy,
how we win the argument.
Let me ask you, if push comes to shove, should President Trump declare some sort of national emergency and take that measure?
Well, I think we need to look at what tools he's using to be able to declare such an emergency. But I'll say this for sure. We have an emergency at our border. We have a serious issue at our border, and it needs to be dealt with immediately. So the president is right to consider that.
Congressman Roy, it's good seeing you again. And once again, congratulations. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thanks, Charles. God bless.